Hi, my name is Dr. Fab, and I'm right now over here at Phoenix City Hall. I'm trying to register a protest about the latest defeat that Rep. Thomas Massie has encountered, that has been imposed upon him. And a lot of corruption has happened, a lot of money has been used, and this is not just the defeat of Thomas Massie. It is the defeat of every American parent who is trying to fight against the Epstein gang. For many months, we have been looking at the various social media and mainstream media inputs and feeds telling us that there's a guy called Epstein who apparently did a lot of bad things to American kids. And he did it to blackmail and coerce some very powerful Americans who are currently controlling and ruling this country. He wanted to blackmail them. He wanted to use their scandalous footage to try to get his way, to get political leverage, and he was arrested. He was arrested, and then for some reason he committed suicide. And now we have all these Epstein files sitting hidden, and the one person, the one man, the one hero in the US Congress who had the guts to stand up every day to ask for transparency and accountability just got defeated because he did not have enough money to invest into his campaign. I remember when before the elections, the presidential elections, when MAGA was flooding the social media with videos of Biden trying to sniff little girls, claiming that Biden is a pedophile, and Trump deserves to win against the Democrats because the leader of the Democratic Party is a pedophile, and Trump is going to come and end all pedophilia, and Trump is going to be the savior who's going to save the American kids. But once Trump came into power, we saw just the opposite happen. When the Epstein scandal erupted, Trump decided to cover up again and again and again. There is massive evidence to prove this. And the one guy within his party who tried to stand up against his hypocrisy and duplicity, against his corruption, just got defeated. This country needs heroes. And you cannot let a hero get defeated, because you cannot have justice if you allow the bad money to infiltrate and kill the heroism. No one is going to dare stand up again. They want to teach Massie a message, and people like Massie a message, that don't you dare defy against the pedophile cult. Don't you dare stand up and speak up. Don't you dare rise up, because we will neutralize you. We will end everything. Your entire political career, your livelihood, even your life. And we just saw the other day that they became successful in defeating the one guy who had the courage to stand up every day and demand for justice to be given to the victims of the Epstein clients. There is a speculation with a strong backing that Trump got involved into the Epstein scandal and has illicit footage where he's committing pedophilia. And this is the reason why he will not let the Epstein files come out. Because he's trying to cover his own butt. I am not saying something that you have not heard before. So we have this one guy, Thomas Massie, from Kentucky, stand up every day, try to process resolutions, amendments, laws, so that justice can be given to the victims of the Epstein gang, so that those involved in these heinous atrocities against little children could be brought to light, could be indicted, so that justice could be served, so that the pedophile cult could be eliminated, could be disabled. And what happens? Millions of dollars go into the primary, and he's forced to get defeated from a nobody. Nobody knows the other guy. I just saw his name for the first time. For how long do we have to tolerate this kind of corruption and injustice? This is not how you protect your children. This is now how you carve a stable, safe future for your children. Thomas Massie could have kept quiet, shut up, silenced, out of fear of being persecuted by the Epstein gang. But he still had the courage to stand up every day and ask for justice, ask for law to be followed the way it is supposed to be followed. And what happens next? We all saw what happened. They think they're winning by defeating Massie. They think they're winning. Trump thinks he's winning. He is the head of the pedophile cartel. Let this fact sink in. What happened in the last few days, where the President of the United States decided to fight against the one person who was trying to bring justice to the victims of the Epstein gang. It is a proof in itself that Trump himself is involved in the Epstein scandal. This is a proof that he's a pedophile himself. And to date, as of the last time I checked, the US law does not allow pedophilia to be practiced over here. What happened with the defeat of Thomas Massie was not just his defeat, but the defeat of every American parent who wants a secure and safe future and present for his or her children. It is the defeat of the entire American ideology that was presented by the founding fathers, that no matter how powerful you are, how wealthy you are, how influential you are, you have to face the law, and if you're found guilty, you have to be indicted and arrested and put on trial and sentenced. This is against everything. And what is done is, it has technically, unofficially made pedophilia a certified, normal, legal operation in the United States of America. Because with this defeat, with this engineered, premeditated defeat to empower the pedophile cult, you have basically given complete legitimacy to pedophilia in the United States of America. Tell me if I'm wrong about that. If all voices who are standing up against the Epstein gang and the cult, the demonic cult that is found to be eating babies, cannibalism of little babies, if you're going to give them immunity and legitimacy, they will come out next for your baby. They will come out next for your child. Because with the defeat of Thomas Macy, Trump just legalized pedophilia in the United States of America. He just legalized cannibalism of little children, little babies in the United States of America. That's what he did. That's what the President of the United States did. He engineered, premeditated a defeat using corruption, using money, to defeat a guy who was standing every day, consistently, firmly, trying his level best to bring to light those perpetrators of pedophilia who killed, slaughtered little girls and even ate little babies. And if you allow this to happen today, the whole world is going to recognize the United States of America as a pedophile country, as a pedophile nation, as a nation that endorses cannibalism. No matter what religion you observe, pedophilia, cannibalism will never be allowed by your religion, no matter what religion you practice, or even if you don't practice any religion. As long as you're a human being, you can never ever endorse to the practice of cannibalism and pedophilia. This is why it's a felony. This is why it is a crime listed in the US jurisdiction. And if your president has been speculated of committing it, then you have to let Macy work. Then you have to let Macy open up the Epstein files so that the world can see what Donald Trump did to little girls. He's trying to hide behind the Iranian invasion just to cover his butt. He's destroyed the US economy. He has destroyed the US stability. He has destroyed the global energy infrastructure. And by the way, Donald Trump has made $6.5 billion since the Iranian invasion started. out of stocks, out of trading, out of illicit conflict of interest contracts of his kids with the military-industrial complex. Everything is illegal for a president to commit, and he is breaking the US law every day, every second. And what he just did to Thomas Macy just pushed me over the edge. Because what he tried to do was that he tried to normalize and legitimize pedophilia and cannibalism in the United States of America. And my question is to all the American people, are you going to allow Donald Trump to make pedophilia and cannibalism legal in the United States of America? That is the burning question I'm here to ask you today. Will you allow your president to make it okay to rape little children, to kill them, and to eat them, to eat little babies? Are you going to let Donald Trump do this? Make it legal in the United States? Because as of the last time I checked, with the defeat of Thomas Macy, no one else is going to come up and try to ask for justice, accountability, transparency in regards to the Epstein files. So what are you going to do about it? It is time we joined our hands, no matter what religion we are from, what ethnicity we are from. We join our hands for our children, for the future of this country and the future of this world. They are trying their best to make pedophilia and cannibalism legal in the United States, and we have to stand today with Thomas Macy and make sure this does not happen. If you decided to shut up, look away, tomorrow your child could be eaten up by this demonic cult. Tomorrow your girl could be raped by this demonic cult that Donald Trump is currently presiding. He's the head of this cartel right now. He's using his power to empower the Epstein cult. That's what he's doing. And no matter how blind the MAGA followers are, they cannot let Donald Trump sacrifice their children. Are you willing to sacrifice your son and your daughter if you have blind faith in President of the United States? That's my burning question for all of you. If you're a MAGA supporter, you're part of MAGA, tell me, how will America become great again? By raping its little children, traumatizing them, eating little babies alive? Tell me, how will the dream of MAGA happen? When American kids are allowed to be raped, to be eaten, is this how you're going to make America great again? Seriously, use your common sense. Stand up for Thomas Macy, empower him so that he becomes louder, more irresistible, more invincible against this Epstein cult. That's the message I have for you today. Bye-bye.